flower or a weed? I don't know if I should have admired it or not.
Hi everybody, my name is Sarah.
And I'm Calista.
And we're coming at you from MacEwan University in Edmonton, Alberta.
We're here to share with you the great impact that noxious weeds can have on our native ecosystems and our agriculture, and how you can help stop the spread. The non-native species we'll be focusing on, in particular, is yellow toadflax, Linaria vulgaris, or sometimes referred to as common toadflax, wild snapdragon, perennial snapdragon, flaxweed, butter and eggs and bacon, Jacob's bladder.
Okay, we get it. It has a lot of names, but more importantly, it's an erect, herbaceous, short-lived perennial weed that invades and persists in chronically disturbed sites along roadsides and railways, as well as in cultivated fields, pastures, and rangelands across Alberta.
This species, characterized by its yellow flower, comprised of an upper and lower lip, thrive particularly well in disturbed open habitats, and can easily dominate native plant communities in areas characterized by dry summers. Between May and September, Edmonton is the perfect combination of construction and dry heat, so it's an absolute dream for yellow toadflax.
So you may be wondering, if it's not native to Edmonton, then where does it come from? The yellow toadflax originates in Central Europe and the Mediterranean area. Yellow toadflax is legally designated as a noxious weed in 8 western states of the USA and the 4 western provinces of Canada.
It was introduced to North America from Eurasia during the 1800s as an ornamental plant and potentially for use in fabric dye and folk remedies, but it escaped captivity and quickly spread across the continent. Since then, they have really just been living their best lives. They are found throughout all continental states and provinces.
How do they do so well? Established seedlings produce a taproot within 2 to 3 weeks after germination, and soon after begin to produce creeping, horizontal roots called rhizomes. Yellow toadflax is also deeply rooted, thus it competes well for water and nutrients. Its taproot can penetrate up to 1.2 meters into the soil, and lateral roots can extend greater than 1 meter from the plant. These spreading roots can produce up to 100 shoots each during the first summer, creating crowded patches of yellow toadflax. Yellow toadflax roots also have a lifespan of about 4 years.
Young shoots grow rapidly and flower from late June until late autumn. These flowers are cross-pollinated by bumblebees and other large bees. Once pollinated, the yellow toadflax seeds are then released from the dry seed capsules beginning in August and continuing through winter. Above ground parts of yellow toadflax plants are winter killed, but protected buds on creeping roots at the soil surface produce actively growing shoots in the springtime. This species also persists through Alberta's fire season, as severely damaged plants can quickly regenerate from the stout, soil-protected roots. This enables yellow toadflax to become a dominant member of post-fire plant communities. In cropland, severed root fragments can spread across entire farm fields during cultivation, giving rise to new toadflax patches and causing major crop setbacks.
We've had a fair go at trying to maintain this species, but they are persistent. Pulling small individual plants is fairly easy, but pulling the large plants with extensive root systems can be more difficult, and will most likely leave behind viable root fragments that will eventually sprout new shoots. Hand pulling small infestations can significantly deplete the seed bank, but only when repeated on an annual basis for a period of 5 to 6 years. Mowing these flowering plants prevents seed production, but does not affect the roots, and they can easily respond by resprouting new shoots. Burning is not an appropriate control strategy either, because it does not kill the roots or buried seeds, and this method can increase the susceptibility of a site to further toadflax invasion by removing competing vegetation. Plowing can be effective where yellow toadflax occurs in cropland, but requires repeated treatments to control new plants that sprout from cut root pieces, and is not practical in the dry, gravelly urban sites preferred by yellow toadflax. Selective herbicides are also widely used and are effective against toadflax, but only when used with a non-ionic surfactant, which enables the chemicals to penetrate the waxy leaf surface. This means that herbicide alone does not prevent toadflax. On a more positive note, goats are helping to eat and control this weed within the city at Rundle Park, so that's a plus and also extremely cute. To find out more about that control method, check out Edmonton's GoatWorks project, linked below.
So how can you help? We're going to pass it to a real professional, Matthew Gelderman.
who's been managing the invasive weed program where he's located currently in northern Alberta. He has extensive experience working with many invasive species, including white pine blister rust, scentless chamomile, and yellow toadflax, of course.
Hi, my name is Matthew Gelderman. For the past several years, I have managed the invasive plant program for Alberta Agriculture and Forestry in northwestern Alberta. Yellow toadflax has consistently been one of our most pervasive and difficult to control invasive plants that occurs on our facility sites. It spreads by both roots and seeds, and when equipment or materials aren't cleaned properly, toadflax is effective at colonizing new area and outcompetes native vegetation. Like so many invasive species, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A little metric analogy for you. What this means is that taking a little proactive action to prevent spread, such as learning to recognize the plant, and cleaning equipment that operates in areas infested with toadflax, saves immense effort required to remove the infestation down the road. If you own equipment that disturbs soil, know how to identify toadflax. As a cautionary measure, clean equipment prior to moving it to a new site. Take extra precaution if you are entering a sensitive area. And that's it. Good luck, everyone, and yeah, go get your toadflax.
Successful management of toadflax with their robust root systems and abundant seed productions is a labor-intensive process. However, as Matthew mentioned, you can help. Ensuring equipment is cleaned before transport and learning how to correctly identify toadflax can assist in preventing the spread.
To recognize this invader, notice the flower is mostly yellow with an orange center on the lower lip. The flower has an apparent long spur or point reaching outwards from the base. The alternately arranged leaves are lance-shaped, oblong, or linear, and often pale green or gray-green.
The City of Edmonton is asking residents to spot, report, and remove invasive weeds from property and urban natural areas. Call 311 to report toadflax in your area, and do not incorporate toadflax in gardens and landscaping. Try to pull out or dig out the weed, including its roots, to control small infestations, which is most common in gardens. Cut or mow shortly before or during early bloom for large stands, and discard invasive plants in sealed black garbage bags for regular garbage pickup. Never dispose of invasive plants in the compost pile or the green bin.
Wear padded gloves to protect your hands, and once again, clean your equipment and clothing after coming into contact with the toadflax and the soil they're grown in. You can even sign up to volunteer to help stop the spread. In the past few years, numerous volunteers have engaged in weed pull events to combat invasive species and protect our native biodiversity in our stunning river valley.
Thanks for watching,
We appreciate your support.
and like Matthew said,
Go get your toadflax!